Shubhamangalam, a clinical scholar. Myself, Sukhdeep. I'll be continuing with page number 27 for class 9. Okay, so we were done with two examples, example 1 and example 2. Example 3 is just like example 2. I want you to try it out. Okay, and I will be doing example 4 and example 5 and the rest of the objectives for you. Just one example, that is the easiest one. Example number 3 will be given for homework. So for now, example number 4. What is the speed of the body moving with uniform acceleration at the midpoints on a straight line, where the speeds are u and v respectively? So speed of the body moving with uniform acceleration. How do you write acceleration as a? Okay, at the midpoint of 2 points on a straight line. This means basically it is covering a distance. And how do you write distance as s? But they are talking that the bodies are reaching the midpoint of a straight line. If this was point A and this was point B, and from point A to B is the distance that needs to be covered, which is s. But the objects have reached just the midpoint, so the distance will be written as s by 2. Okay, and the speeds of the object and the speeds are u and v respectively, which is nothing but initial and final velocity respectively. Okay, so what is the speed of the body moving with uniform acceleration? So what if the body is moving from point A and it is moving with a uniform acceleration a, and it is moving to the midpoint at the midpoint of 2 points on a straight line, where the speeds are u and v respectively. So for this, let's see the solution over here. Let a be the constant acceleration and s be the distance between 2 points, because s is the distance between the 2 points a to b. Okay, but we need to consider the distance at the midpoint, which will be written as s by 2 further. So let's look at this. From equation of motion, there is one equation, v square minus u square is equal to 2as, that we studied in equations of motion, which is the third equation. So yes, I have written the equation on the board. Now let's see. Can you see figure number 19, where the object is moving with a velocity u? Fine. And it is reaching the midpoint, and it has a velocity of v naught over there, and further it is going to have the final velocity v. Okay, that's what they have also drawn in figure number 19. Like v naught be the speed of the body at midpoint m of the given points. So at the midpoint, when the object reaches the midpoint of the distance, the speed of the object or the speed of the body is considered to be v naught. So in place of v, we are going to write v naught over here. Okay. Applying the same equation used above, we get. So in place of v, we are going to write v naught, because in the question also they have mentioned that the body reaches the midpoint with a uniform acceleration. So v naught square minus u square is equal to 2a. S will be written as s by 2, because we are talking just above the midpoint. We did not complete the entire distance over here. So it is s by 2. Fine. From equation 1. This was our equation number 1. Okay, so from equation 1 we get, in place of 2as, can I write v square minus u square over here? Of course. So v naught square minus u square is equal to v square minus u square by 2. Do you understand this? So I have just replaced 2as with v square minus u square. This is a formula basically, class. Okay, so now let's see further what else can we do. We can bring u square on this particular side. So v naught square is equal to v square minus u square by 2 plus u square. Now we can take an LCM over here, that is v naught square is equal to v square minus u square plus 2u square by 2. Okay, so this is nothing but, I guess, we now look at this. 2u square minus u square gives you what? U square. So v square plus u square divided by 2 v naught square. Now square can be taken on this side, and this becomes under root v square plus u square by 2. So this is the velocity at the midpoint. Velocity of the body at the midpoint is considered to be v naught is equal to root over v square plus u square by 2. That's what you need to do. I'll repeat the question for you. What is the speed of the body? We had to find out the speed of the body moving with a uniform acceleration a at the midpoint of the 2 points in straight line, where the speeds are u and v respectively. So what are the 2 points A and B? What is the entire distance s? What is the initial velocity u? What is the final velocity v? We need to find out the velocity of the object. What is the velocity of the object written as VO or V naught? We need to find out the velocity of the object at the midpoint, and the body was moving with the uniform acceleration a, and how much distance did it cover till the midpoint s by 2. So we are going to consider the formula v squared minus u square is equal to 2as. So here v is going to be written as v naught square, because that is the velocity of the object. So v naught square minus u square, s can also be written as 2as by 2. S by 2 because we are still at the midpoint. Okay, that is half of the actual distance. Now replacing 2as with v square minus u square, then we take u square on this particular side, take an LCM, then 2u square minus u square will give you just u square. So v square plus u square divided by 2. You can take square on this side and becomes under root. So we get an answer that velocity of the object at the midpoint of the line, at the midpoint of a certain distance, and which was moving with the uniform acceleration, the velocity of the object is equal to under root of v square plus u square by 2. That is how you do it. And example number 5 as of now. A car travels from rest. If the car travels from rest, this means the initial velocity becomes 0. U is 0 with a constant acceleration a for t seconds. What is the average speed of the car for its journey if the car moves along a straight road? How do you calculate average speed? Average speed is calculated by total distance by time taken. First, you need to find out the distance. Time is already given to you. Then it becomes much more clearer. Okay. Now you also need to consider one more aspect over here, that the initial velocity is 0, because they mention that the car started from rest. Okay, so if the car has started from rest, that is example number 5, then initial velocity will be considered as 0. Okay, so from equations of motion, s is equal to ut plus half at square. Okay, so u is equal to 0. 0 into t will again be 0. So s is equal to at square by 2. That is nothing but half at square. You need to remember this particular part. S is nothing but average distance. S is nothing but the distance class. Okay, so now I need to find out the average speed. Average speed is equal to distance by time. Do you know the formula? Average speed is equal to total distance by time taken. So average speed is equal to total distance by time taken. Okay, so this becomes, in place of distance I can write at square by 2. In place of time I can write t. So one of the t's gets cancelled and I get the answer as at by 2. Okay, that is your speed. Do you understand? It was an easy one. Okay, the only thing that you need to do for this is example number 3. You need to turn the page number 29. Let's discuss objectives. So multiple choice questions. The distance traveled by an object in a specified direction. Okay, the distance travel, you know what is distance travel? When a body is changing its position and moving to, changing its position from position A to position B or X to Z, something like that. That is called distance covered, where there is no direction and only magnitude. When you are also considering the direction, it is nothing but displacement. Okay. Now, the distance traveled by a body in a specified direction. I am telling object O to move from A to B in a straight line. I am specifying the direction. This means I am talking about displacement. Okay, the speed traveled by a body in a specified direction will be called as velocity. Do you understand? Speed traveled by a body is distance, but the speed traveled by a body in a particular or in a specified direction is called velocity. Similarly, when the object is traveling a certain distance in a specified direction, then that distance is called as displacement, because distance in a specified direction is called as displacement. That is what the definition says. So don't go by any of the answers that you see in a study material. Just try to understand what are we talking. The distance traveled by an object. This is the object. It is traveling a certain distance in a specified direction. What is this It is displacement. We have done this so many times in the entire chapter. So first one is going to be option B. Okay, so I'll write it down over here. First one is option B. Second one, if an object is moving with constant velocity, then the motion is uniform motion class, because the body is moving in constant velocity, 2 km per hour, 3 km per hour, like that. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8. Do you remember the graphs over here? The velocity, how is it written? It has a certain pattern. Second one is option C. Third one, if there is a change in the velocity of the object, then the state of the object with respect to motion is the state of non-uniform motion, because the velocity is changing. If if the velocity of a body is changing, then the body is said to be in non-uniform motion. This is a proper definition given on page number 21. On page number 21, right hand side, the third line. Motion of an object is said to be non-uniform when the velocity is changing. So third one is option D. Fourth one, if the acceleration of a moving object is constant, then the motion is said to be acceleration is constant. This means we are talking about a body which is moving with uniform acceleration. What do you mean by uniform? Something that is proper, something that is going in a proper way. Okay, something that is having uniformity, something that is having consistency. So fourth one is going to be option B. So the answers for the choose the correct one are B, C, D and B. Okay, now the Sakshi for this video will be from, you need to solve the example number 3. Yes, you need to solve example number 3 on page number 26. The Sakshi of this particular lesson will be that you need to solve example number 3. Just practice it. Okay, so classwork example number 4, 5 and MCQ of textbook done. Homework, practice example 3 and read for the exam. Read for the exam. Okay, there we go. Fine. Next we will start chapter number 3, which is going to be pretty simple, hopefully. Thank you, class.